Hey there. When chaos starts knocking, an arsenal that blends grit, adaptability, and dead simple reliability isn't just nice to have, it's a lifeline. Think about it. Storms, blackouts, riots, or worse, and suddenly every tool in the safe becomes more than just weekend fun. This isn't about flashy gear or fancy engraving. It's about the real steel that proves itself when the pressure rises. If this kind of deep dive breakdown fires you up, smash that like button and follow Survival Gear Armory, because what's ahead could shape the way you load out tomorrow. Ruger Mini 14. The Ruger Mini 14 is one of those rifles that doesn't need to scream for attention. Its reputation does the heavy lifting. Chambered in .223 Remington or 5.56 NATO, it balances classic American rifle styling with hard-earned reliability. The 18.5-inch cold hammer-forged barrel, paired with its Garand-inspired action, makes this rifle a survivor's dream. This isn't a rifle that shies away from abuse. The self-cleaning gas piston system shrugs off grit, mud, and weather, like they're just minor inconveniences. Shooters have dragged Mini 14s through pouring rain and ankle-deep muck, only to find that it still prints respectable 3-inch groups at 100 yards with nothing but iron sights. That kind of resilience explains why ranchers, survivalists, and patrol officers alike keep trusting it. 7 pounds may sound hefty for some, but the balance is classic and comfortable. In a pinch, it can handle varmints in the field, defend a homestead from intruders, or ride backup duty in a patrol rig. The rifle's hardwood stock carries that timeless look, making it as at home on the range as it is slung over a shoulder in the backcountry. Ruger didn't design this one to win beauty contests. It built it to run and run hard. Remington 870TA C14. If the Mini 14 is the old truck that always starts, the Remington 870TA C14 is the sawed-off sledgehammer sitting by the front door. Classified as a firearm thanks to its 14-inch barrel and overall length of 26.3 inches, it dodges the red tape of NFA regulations while packing the punch of a 12-gauge. Its Raptor bird's head grip feels awkward until it doesn't. Once a shooter gets the hang of it, the TAC-14 becomes an extension of raw power. The compact size makes it tailor-made for hallways, stairwells, and the kind of narrow spaces where a full-length shotgun would drag like an anchor. At just over 5.5 pounds, it feels more like swinging a heavy baseball bat than a shoulder-fired gun, and that's the point. Buckshot at 10 yards patterns tight and mean, while slugs can punch through barriers without complaint. Pair it with the M-Lock forend, and suddenly a light or angled grip transforms this bruiser into a versatile defensive powerhouse. Of course, recoil management is part of the package. The TAC-14 won't pamper the shooter. It demands respect, forcing the operator to brace and drive it like they mean it. That said, its rugged action and tank-like build keep it running even when other scatterguns start to stumble. For anyone who understands that close-quarters fights are fast, violent, and unforgiving, the TAC-14 offers a devastating edge. Diamondback DBX. From old-school grit to new-school innovation, the Diamondback DBX is the oddball in this trio, and that's exactly why it earns its spot. Chambered in 5.7 by 28 millimeters, the DBX looks and feels like something pulled out of tomorrow's battlefield. Weighing just 3 pounds and sporting an 8-inch barrel, it's almost toy-light until the trigger breaks and 20 rounds fly with shocking control. The dual gas piston system and locked breech design keep it running clean, dodging the carbon buildup that plagues blowback pistols. A monolithic aluminum upper brings strength without bulk, while M-Lock slots practically beg for a red dot, suppressor, or whatever gadgetry the mission calls for. On the firing line, shooters describe it like handling a high-tech air rifle. The recoil is virtually non-existent, making rapid follow-ups laughably easy. During testing, groups as tight as 2 inches at 25 yards weren't a stretch. That's precision most compact pistols can't dream of delivering. This pistol doesn't pretend to be a universal solution. It's not a farm gun or a woods rifle. Instead, it shines as a lightweight, high-capacity, low-recoil option for urban defense or bug-out kits where ounces matter. The DBX may not have the decades of legacy backing it like a Mini 14 or 870, but in the right hands, it's the clever underdog that flips the script. Beretta, a 300 Ultima Patrol. There's something about a well-built semi-auto shotgun that just changes the game. And the Beretta A 300 Ultima Patrol sits right at that sweet spot where tradition and modern upgrades collide. Chambered in 12-gauge, this scattergun carries Beretta's heritage in reliability, while packing features that scream tactical readiness. Its 19.1-inch barrel and 5+1 capacity keep things compact but ready for sustained action. Enlarged controls, a beveled loading port, and aggressively textured gripping surfaces aren't gimmicks. They're lifesavers when adrenaline spikes and gloves or sweat make fine motor skills sloppy. The gas-operated system eats everything from cheap birdshot to heavy slugs with equal confidence. During defensive shotgun classes, it's been run hard in low light, with buckshot spreading like a fist at 15 yards and slugs punching through barriers at 25. What stands out is how forgiving the recoil feels compared to pump guns. It's not gentle, but it's controllable enough to keep sights locked and lead flying. Add M-lock and Picatinny rails, and the A300 turns into a modular beast. Throw on a red dot or a weapon light, and suddenly it becomes a force multiplier in home defense or tactical scenarios. While pumps like the Remington 870T AC-14 bring brute force, the A300 Ultima Patrol brings speed, precision, and modern ergonomics. For shooters who understand that chaos never comes with a warning and seconds matter, this shotgun delivers a clear advantage. It's built to be trusted, whether defending the homestead, running competition drills, or standing ready in the patrol car rack. Christensen Arms, MPP. When most people think of pistols, they picture compact handguns for concealed carry. Christensen Arms turned that definition upside down with the modern precision pistol, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. This firearm is less pistol in the casual sense and more a precision rifle trimmed down to pack into a backpack. Its 12.5-inch carbon fiber-wrapped barrel keeps weight down while still delivering sub-MOA accuracy. That kind of performance isn't an accident. It's the result of Christensen's obsession with precision engineering. Pair that barrel with a folding SB tactical brace and a 20 MOA scope rail, and suddenly you've got a platform that punches way above its size. On the firing line, the MPP proves its worth with groups tight at 300 yards, even with modest optics. That's not typical pistol territory. It's precision shooting wrapped in a compact frame. The adjustable muzzle brake tames recoil, keeping shots flat and quick, while the lightweight design makes it far more portable than traditional long rifles. Imagine a situation where mobility and distance matter in equal measure. A shooter could stash this in a bug-out pack, hike miles through rough terrain, and still deliver the kind of accurate fire normally reserved for full-length rifles. For survivalists who want precision without sacrificing portability, the MPP is a gold standard option. Of course, it's not a jack-of-all-trades. It's overkill for close-quarters defense, and the price tag makes it a serious investment. But for those who see long-range capability as non-negotiable in their arsenal, the Christensen Arms MPP is a rare blend of reach, accuracy, and packability that few firearms can match. Ruger LCR. Switching gears from high-tech precision back to old-school reliability brings us to the Ruger LCR, A revolver that proves less can still be more. Chambered in .357 Magnum, it's one of those sidearms that never tries to be flashy, but always comes through when needed. Weighing just over a pound, the LCR is shockingly light for a Magnum revolver, thanks to its polymer and aluminum frame. That design makes it a dream for concealed carry. Slipped inside a waistband or carried in a pocket holster, it practically disappears while still carrying the punch of full-power .357 loads, or the more manageable .38 Special Plus P for daily carry. The trigger deserves its own mention. Unlike many double-action revolvers that feel gritty or heavy, the LCR's pull is smooth, consistent, and easy to stage under stress. Pair that with the Hogue Tamar grip, and recoil becomes surprisingly manageable for such a compact package. Think about scenarios where everything else goes wrong: a primary rifle jams, a semi-auto pistol chokes, or fine motor skills collapse under adrenaline. A revolver like the LCR shines in those moments. It's the ultimate backup piece, the tool of last resort that won't fail when failure isn't an option. The LCR may not hold high capacity or look tactical, but it represents a philosophy of preparedness that stood the test of time. When the chips are down, keep it simple, keep it reliable, and keep it close. CMMGMK47 Banshee. When a rifle combines the punch of the AK with the comfort of the AR, you know it's playing for keeps. The CMMGMK47 Banshee, chambered in 7.62 by 39 mm, is that hybrid, built for shooters who want power without giving up ergonomics. With an 8-inch barrel and compact frame, it's short enough for close-quarters fighting, but still packs the kind of ballistic authority that makes cover feel flimsy. The Banshee uses CMMG's power bolt technology, beefing up the bolt to handle the hard-hitting AK round in an AR-style platform. That means it runs AK magazines with reliability while still offering the modularity of an AR system. In drills, shooters notice how the linear compensator tames muzzle rise, keeping the rifle surprisingly flat for such a stout cartridge. What makes it shine is versatility. It rips through barriers at 50 yards, but it's still nimble enough to dominate in confined spaces. During range sessions, users cycle magazine after magazine without the jams that plague lesser hybrids. It's the kind of firearm that refuses to choose between brute force and finesse, so it simply delivers both. For survival-minded shooters, the MK47 Banshee is a hedge against uncertainty. A K-ammo is plentiful worldwide, and the AR platform's familiarity makes it approachable. It's the best of both worlds, designed for those who don't want to compromise when things get ugly. Mossberg 500 Super Bantam. This 20-gauge pump-action shotgun may not carry the intimidation factor of a 12-gauge, but what it delivers is speed, comfort, and versatility. Weighing just over 5 pounds, the Super Bantam feels more like an extension of the arm than a burden. Its adjustable stock allows shooters to set the length of pull from 12 to 13 inches, making it perfect for smaller-framed users, younger shooters, or anyone wearing bulky gear. That flexibility alone makes it a smart addition to an arsenal meant to serve multiple people. In practical use, it cycles everything: birdshot for pests, buckshot for defense, and slugs when penetration is needed. Dual extractors and twin action bars ensure each pump feels solid, with no hesitation in chambering the next round. The ambidextrous tang safety keeps operations simple, even in stressful situations where fine motor skills vanish. The Mossberg 500 platform has long been a go-to for reliability, and this Super Bantam variant doesn't stray from that heritage. Whether clearing tight hallways, riding along in a truck, or serving as the family's go-to defense shotgun, it punches far above its modest price tag. Survival isn't always about sheer firepower. It's about having a tool that anyone in the group can pick up and run with confidence. About Springfield Armory St. Victor Pistol. Compact doesn't mean weak, and the Springfield Armory St. Victor pistol proves that point every time the trigger gets pulled. Chambered in .300 blackout, this AR pistol crams serious punch into a lightweight 7.5-inch barrel platform. At 5 pounds, it balances portability with enough firepower to handle close to mid-range threats with authority. A nickel boron-coated trigger breaks clean and predictable, while the forged aluminum lower frame soaks up abuse without complaint. Add in a muzzle brake that flattens recoil, and you've got a pistol that punches like a rifle but handles like a PDW. Suppressor-ready and equipped with ambidextrous controls, it caters to modern shooters who demand versatility. It's tailor-made for home defense scenarios or bug-out kits where size and maneuverability matter. The St. Victor doesn't just fit into tight spaces, it dominates them. For survival setups, the .300 BLK chambering adds another layer of adaptability. It delivers solid terminal performance in close-quarters fights, but also stretches into intermediate ranges with the right load. In short, this pistol embodies what modern shooters want: compact design, reliable firepower, and the ability to pivot between roles without skipping a beat. IWI Galil Ace Gen 2. Closing the lineup with a rifle built on battlefield DNA, the IWI Galil Ace Gen 2 stands tall as a symbol of reliability under the harshest conditions. Chambered in 5.56 NATO, it marries Israeli combat heritage with modern refinements. Its long-stroke gas piston system and chrome-lined barrel shrug off grime, mud, and neglect, making it an obvious choice for anyone who puts survival above style. Shooters who've dragged it through rain and dirt report consistent 2-inch groups at 100 yards. That kind of dependability doesn't just happen. It comes from a design tested and proven in some of the harshest corners of the globe. The controls are intuitive, ambidextrous, and easy to manipulate under stress, while the trigger breaks clean to keep accuracy tight. Modern updates like M-LOK handguards, a full-length Picatinny rail, and a folding stock bring the platform into the 21st century. Attach optics, lights, or grips, and the Ace becomes a fully modern fighting rifle without sacrificing its old-school toughness. For anyone building an arsenal meant to last not just through drills, but through disaster, the Galil Ace Gen 2 represents peace of mind. It doesn't need constant maintenance, it doesn't complain in bad weather, and it doesn't quit when conditions turn hostile. Simply put, it's a rifle designed to endure. At the core of every firearm in this lineup is a shared theme: resilience and purpose. Some excel in tight hallways where speed is everything. Others reach across wide stretches of ground, and a few bridge both worlds with balance and adaptability. Together, they're not just a collection, but a carefully layered arsenal, built for survival, not display. That's the real divide between collecting and preparing. Collectors chase the shiny and new, but survivors build systems that cover every angle. If this breakdown sparked ideas for your own setup, hit like and follow Survival Gear Armory so you're always ready for the next round of tactical insights.